Getting your tourist visa for China is a fairly straightforward process if you have the right support in place. So in this demonstration, I'm going to show you iVisa's application for the China tourist visa. So what I've done here is I've gone onto their website, and one thing that I like about iVisa's products is that they basically lay out all the requirements that you need, and they have the support along the way. They'll also review your application just to check for any errors, and they'll help you through the process. So to get started, I've gone onto their website, I've put in I'm from the US and I'm going to China. Next, I'm going to click Get Started. Now it's taken me to this page where it shows me apply now for my China tourist visa. And it looks like it's a fairly straightforward, user-friendly website. And one thing that they will tell you is what is needed. And so one thing they will tell you is what is needed for your visa. From experience, I know that I need my passport, I need a passport-sized photo, the completed application form, and a proof of legal stay or residence is also required if you're not applying from your country of citizenship. You also need the passport bio data page and any previous China visas that you may have had. They want proof of your travel, such as your round-trip air tickets, a travel itinerary, and proof of hotel reservations, or an invitation letter from a relevant entity like a Chinese travel agency, just things like that. And they will walk you through. For minors, they're gonna want the original birth certificate and a copy, any declaration of consent signed by non-traveling parents, copies of passports or photo IDs for both parents. These are some of the things that you're going to need, and iVisa can help you with that. So I'm going to get started by clicking Start Now. So here they're going to ask, when are we going to arrive in China? So one thing that iVisa does is that they will apply based on your travel dates. So in theory, you could submit an application well in advance, but if they know that your visa isn't going to be valid, if they were to apply straight away, they'll hold off. And so one thing we would do is we would put in when we're going to travel, and I'm just gonna pick a random date here. I'm just gonna pick a day in December. When am I going to depart from China? Well, let's just say I'm coming back on New Year's Eve. And so then they want the email address, and that's basically going to be how they get in touch with you. And so once you're ready, go ahead and click Save and Continue. Here on this page, they need you to provide your personal details and enter this information as it's listed on your passport. If you have a middle name or multiple middle names, you need to include it. The next is your last name, also known as your surname. Anything that is listed in your surname, including those suffixes, you need to include them. And if you see here, if you don't have a last name, enter NA. I know that there are some nationalities where many people do not have a surname, so for that, you would put NA. If you're traveling with multiple people, like say you're a family, a couple, maybe even a group of friends, you can add on another traveler. And what's nice about this is you can keep everybody's application in one place. You don't need to create multiple accounts. So once you've entered in this information, go ahead and click Save and Continue. And so here you just need to enter in some residency information. What country were you born in, and what is your country of permanent residence? So if you're not a citizen of the country you live in, like for example, if you were a US citizen living in Canada, you would need to demonstrate legal residency in Canada, for example. And so that will be a part of your application. So next, once you're ready, go ahead and click Save and Continue. Here on this page, you need to enter in your passport information. If you don't have your passport right now, you can click Skip Entering Passport Information for now. That's totally fine, and you can revisit your application. This is especially helpful if you're renewing your passport. Maybe you're in the process of getting a passport, but you will need your passport so that you can get your visa. And then once you're ready, go ahead and click Save and Continue. Now the next part of the application is your appointment. And so here what you will do is you'll enter in your address to find appointment locations available to you. So here what we have in the US, we've got Chicago, LA, New York, San Francisco, and DC. These are where you can have your appointment. And it gives you some information here about the location. So you can see here there's also a jurisdiction. I've just chosen San Francisco as an example. Now, what's nice about iVisa is that if you don't have time to go to the embassy yourself, maybe getting to the embassy is a bit of a barrier for you because you don't live anywhere near those cities listed, you can have somebody go on your behalf. So if you want to use the embassy courier service, you can select that here, and they will do that for you. So once you're ready, go ahead and click Save and Continue. Here on this page, it tells you the processing time and the fee. It looks like there's only a standard option available. However, I am aware iVisa do offer rush processing and super rush processing for those who are traveling a bit sooner. I put in some dates that were months ahead in the future, so I wouldn't need rush or super rush processing. But if you did, that would be an option. So you can see here, it just tells you basically what the costs are for that processing time and fee. And once you're ready, go ahead and click Save and Continue. Now see here, we've got the iVisa Plus subscription. If you are interested in this service, you can have a read through, see if it works for you. If it does, fantastic. You can go ahead and add that to your purchase. Otherwise, you can go ahead and click Decline. So here we have just a summary of your order, just review everything is in order. You can see here you've got your China tourist visa. And if you want to do the iVisa Plus subscription, you can do that. You can learn more here. It tells you basically what's offered. There's no standard processing fee for any visa, 50% off of guided visas. You get that prioritized customer support. You can get discounts. So if that sounds like it works for you, you can go ahead and add that. Otherwise, you can go ahead and click Continue to Payment. Here we have the payment page, and you can see here that you can pay by credit or debit card and the different cards that they take, all major credit cards. Or if you have a US billing address, you can pay with PayPal or Venmo. And then once you submit payment, you're going to get an email from iVisa, and they're basically going to give you further information on the next steps. It will likely include submitting some documentation to them so that they can proceed with processing your visa, and they'll be there to support you along the way. It is quite a cumbersome process if you do this on your own through the embassy directly yourself. Like we saw earlier in the demonstration, they have a visa courier who can go to the embassy on your behalf. If you were doing this on your own, you would need to go to the embassy. So this could even work out being cheaper when you factor in that if you had to travel, you might have to take a day off of work, pay for flights, hotel, all those things. Whereas here, somebody can do it on your behalf. And so I hope you go to China and you enjoy it. And that's it. It's that easy.